Have you ever wondered how people can craft for hours and instead of feeling tired, they feel happy and uplifted? Welcome! If you are new to my channel, the Diary of a Creative Therapist, my name is Gajana and I'm happy you found me. This is the second week of the weekly collage challenge put out by Margarete Miller. We will create little pieces of art with collage using the 5 prompts from her from this 2024 challenge. The first one is an object with jewelry or adornment. The second, a light source you find interesting, something stapled, something found in a garden, a receipt, and as a bonus, black ink stamping. As always, I am using the system cards because they have the size of a postcard, and if you might have known from my previous video, I'm sending the postcards to my mom, who is in Germany and is collecting postcards, and she loves receiving them. So I chose for the background these lighthouse. I printed them out in 2 different sizes because I felt unsure which size would be more suitable, because I have only this small little postcard, which is quite a challenge because it's such a small size. I made myself a frame. I cut it out in the exact size of the postcard to give a preview of the picture, to get a feeling for what would I like to do. And this one maybe gives me more space to add other things. I think that's a nice one. For today, I think I go with the smaller one. What do you think? Leave me a comment below what you would have chosen. So I start cutting out the frame so that I can put it down as the background for my postcard. Just on the side, like with the question, have you ever wondered how people can craft for hours and instead of feeling tired, they feel happy and uplifted? There has been so much research into what makes people happy and what helps them to build up their mental health, what helps them to, if they have already good mental health, to maintain it. I will come to that back later, but here is first the prompt of a receipt. I went to a landscaping company because I'm also working with something called scent play therapy, and I knew I needed new scent, which is very, very difficult to get because it's a very fine-grained white scent. So I looked everywhere, and the funny thing was that I then found very close to me what I actually was looking for. And while I was there, I also bought a little bit of potting mix for my garden. But I thought that's a nice fitting little piece I could use for this postcard, like the receipt. And what I often do, instead of using scissors to cut it down, like here, I'm using a ruler, and it's so easy to just rip the straight line off. Here, I think I like it. It might be a little bit big. I will take off a little bit more, just so that it is in proportion. Yeah, I think that's really, really sweet. Like I need to bring it a little bit further down, but it is funny. On the bottom of this one is a little sentence like, please receive in good order and condition the undermentioned goods. Oh, I love this. This is funny. I will take that one, this little one off. That would be nice to include in the card. It's like very careful. I need to press down very, very, very strongly so that it is possible to rip off the little one. Yeah, but first I will cut that one to size so that it is fitting on my postcard. Yeah, coming back to the crafting and our mental health. Yes, crafting, different from other things that we do when we do our work or we do things that are necessary in our day-to-day life. Crafting seems to be enjoyable just by itself because it doesn't have this purpose, that drivenness of I need to achieve, I need to fulfill. It is a beauty in itself. I think putting it on the side, that looks lovely. That is a nice little twist. Then the next prompt is an object with jewelry or adornment. And I thought this little owl is just adorable. And I will fussy cut it out and include this in the postcard. Yes, it's always a little challenge, this fussy cutting, and I think I mentioned it before. It makes it easier if you hold the object that you want to cut still and you move the scissors. And even though I know it, I often don't follow my own advice. Here's a flower, something you found in the garden. And here it says me fussy cutting all the little petals out. I will not keep you for all the fussy cutting. I blended it in a little bit shorter, so you don't have to wait for this. Even though maybe, let me know in the comment, maybe you enjoy the process of watching, like the crafting. Maybe you even join me while you're watching with your own craft. And crafting takes time. That's the beauty. We are not in a rush. We can take our time. And that's one more of the aspects why crafting leaves us invigorated, leaves us happy, leaves us full of energy instead of depleted. This sense of I have time. I can take all the time I need in the world. Here I brought my mat because I decided to make a little cut again on the side of the lighthouse so that I can slide in my flower behind it. So when you use one of the scalpel cutters, please be very careful. They are very sharp, and it's good to be really, again, very slow, very deliberate, making cut by cut. Here I try to find the position, like what kind of position do I want to have it, and trying it, thinking, moving it a little bit back and forth, and contemplating where to make my incision. And here the corners are always a little bit of the tricky part, and so you can start and new and turn it around. here you can see I come from the other side. It's always good if you have a corner to come from 2 different sides. And yeah, do it slowly and carefully. So, and to slide it back in here behind it. That's a huge one. And I chose it because for me it's like a huge sun behind the lighthouse, even more light. And the sun that then also let the flowers grow, and it was so fitting also with the receipt that had potting mix, because the potting mix is for my garden. And the time was the wise owl that on one hand knows we have all the time in the world for crafting, and on the other hand, our life is finite, and to choose wisely how we want to spend our time. Do we want to run and run and run, rush and rush and rush, or do we take the time to do the things we enjoy, to value the time, to value ourselves? That's what crafting makes so helpful for our mental health and well-being. You are worth it to take the time. So, I think it's time for me to start gluing things down, and I will start first gluing my flower behind the lighthouse, and then is starting to assemble the rest. It's always good for me to have a piece of paper below, otherwise my glue gets everywhere, like you might have seen in my video before. And carefully putting it behind. Yeah, that sounds nice. Sounds like looks nice. And then to make sure that all the little petals are securely attached to the background. I like that. Now I forgot to do a little bit of the oxide, but I can do this on top of it. I always like it when it has a little bit of the coloring. I find it pops it out more, and I always like, I said it before, this little bit of shabby chic on my postcards. They have a little bit of vintage when I use some oxide distress ink. And to attach now the entire thing to my postcard. Make sure that the glue gets in every little bit and corner, so that it doesn't come up when it travels all the way from New Zealand, where I am living for over 20 years now, all the way to Germany to reach my mom, that it stays securely attached. Another impression or expression used in therapy, where I might make a later video about, securely attached to the background of my postcard. Here, just because using a glue stick, the glue takes a while to be fully sticky, so you can adjust little bits and pieces. You can still move things, and here to attach the corner of my piece. And to cut the sides to make sure everything fits nicely. And the back side, I then use for the address and to write things down for my mom. And the little receipt, or the little snippet of the receipt on the bottom. Yep. And to glue it all down. Yeah, okay. Oh no! No! Yeah, it's attached. And here I spoke about being careful with my gluing, but that's all fine. That is all fine. I might make a later video about junk journaling, and so that's what I learned from junk journaling. It doesn't matter. It's all grist for the mill. We can use it with little little mistakes, and so it makes the beauty of these cards, of handcrafting things. They are unique. It doesn't matter. It is, and this is another bit of the crafting and the mental health. Like, embrace your mistakes. As Bob Ross always said, they are happy little accidents, not mistakes. They make your little art project unique and beautiful. They give you little memories of the moment of, that was when it stuck to my paper and I saved it. It didn't stop me from continuing. I found a solution. I made it work. And yes, here, please receive in good order and condition the undermentioned goods. I find it so fitting. And this here is a bone folder, and I love to use my bone folder to help me attach the little bits and pieces, to press them down so that they all are glued nicely. So, is there something missing? We have the jewelry, the lighthouse. The staple, something stapled here. I can staple the receipt to have it securely attached. So, something else missing? Yeah, the black ink. So, what do I want? I think a stamp with the postcard, a stamp with the receipt. I don't have a stamping pad, a proper stamping pad, but I don't mind. What I take is a coaster. I have a see-through coaster, a glass coaster, and so it works beautifully as something to help me stamp. So the stamps are holding nicely on any glass surface, and so here I use the round stamp, and it says checked by me, checked by, I don't know, my super ego, another word for a later video, good enough, beautiful card, it's fine. Let's check that we have everything. The jewelry is here, the light source, the receipt, then something found in the garden. Now the receipt, something stapled, and the black ink. Yeah, I think that's us for today. So, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and you can see at the end there might be a link. I hope I managed to have this that is linking you back to another of my videos. Bye for now, and have a good day, my friend.